Hey everyone. Alright. Just before I get into this, goddamn, does anyone else really hate having, like, a whole bunch of ideas and just feeling like there's nothing you could do to really make them successful whatsoever? I mean, I like the idea of waking up in the morning and figuring that, like, lots of people care what I have to say. But I don't think I'll ever reach that point. Because even if it's like 60 or 50 people, you'll want hundreds. And if it's hundreds, you'll want thousands. And if it's thousands, it'll just keep going. Damn. It's a really sucky desire. Anyway. A lot of people in this world live lives of quiet desperation. A lot of people are very lonely in this world. We have, what, over 6 billion last time I checked? Last time I checked, 6 billion individuals living on this planet. How the hell could we ever be lonely? But even in the most populous places, people can feel like they're alone. Even among friends or at a party, people can feel alone. And I say that because I know that I felt alone almost all of the time. And the only thing that ever helped me was the fact that I had people to talk to, people to listen to me, people that I could listen to. Friends and social interaction are some of the greatest things in this world, because although some facts about life don't really comfort us, although some religions don't exactly comfort us, although some things never will comfort us, a friend, someone that is a real friend, will. And that's something that's very beautiful. But a lot of people don't really understand that. And in so many ways, a lot of people believe that there's something wrong with them. Like, they're too fat or too ugly to have friends or to have meaningful relationships. That they're too uncharismatic. Or even if they're perfectly fine, people still have image problems. People still look in the mirror and hate what they have to see. One of the advantages to choking on gray matter is that most of the bad, most of these awful things kind of gets thrown out the window. For instance, in a Blog TV room, I think it was made, if I remember correctly, it was basically Eden's cancer. And in some ways, he admitted that he didn't really enjoy the way he looked. He didn't really like the way he looked, at least in real life. Or he showed everyone a picture of what he really looked like with color. And he said he didn't really like that image. He didn't really like his image. Basically, the fact, like, I think it goes without saying that you could talk to quite a few women that frequent Blog TV or his channel, and they'll probably stab you for suggesting otherwise, suggesting that he's not an attractive individual, anything less than a god sometimes, these people, right? But the point is, it doesn't really matter how attractive you are, you can still have image problems. So, like I said, choking on gray matter at least makes you realize that, well, all of the bad things are relative too. But enough of that. A lot of people still believe themselves to be extremely lonely or still seek some sort of companionship or pleasure or whatnot. So, I talked with Ruby Dynamite, and this idea appears in many sci-fi worlds like Joss Whedon's Firefly or even Mass Effect, the first game. The idea of someone that you could, although you'd have to exchange money to because this would be a profession for this individual, this would be a person who could just be whatever you wanted them to be for like the next such and such amount of time. Provided that it would not be like negative emotions, like you wouldn't be taking out your anger on this person physically beating them, but this person would simply be whatever you needed them to be. A friend, someone to listen to you, someone to talk to you, other services could be provided, like pleasure, or someone who's just very good at the erotic arts. And the fact that sexual pleasure and those things are, in so many ways, also artistic and expressive. Even if you're not very into that kind of thing, it is true that those things require creativity. So to demean a profession by suggesting that, right off the bat, it's wrong that you're selling your body. Well, in so many ways, isn't an artist selling a part of himself when he sells his work? So too is a prostitute when they're sharing themselves. And that's not necessarily a wrong thing to do. It's the context. And if you're paying someone that will just listen to you, or be your friend, or be whatever you needed them to be, including and not limited to the bedroom, I think that would solve a lot of problems. And in fact, I think a lot of people would be going to this person thinking that they wanted a lover, when in reality, they just needed a friend. And I think giving people, if the Frog Princess has taught me anything, people should get what they need and not what they want. Now, that doesn't sound like a very capitalistic thing to say, but in so many ways, if we somehow shaped this industry, prostitution, or any of these weird selling your body type industries, if we converted them to really converge on the problem, which is that people want these things, that people sometimes need to be with someone or to feel like they are loved, if somehow that could be provided, then I think a lot of our problems would go away. Not only would people feel less stressed out, but people would feel like they're accepted into society. It only took one good friend of mine to remind me that I wasn't actually a horrible person. And just seeing a lot of the responses I got on my last video, it's really nice to know that other people share experiences or feel the same with you. And I think if we could do anything to get people to come out and be social, or to express themselves, at least be listened to and listen to other people, then a lot of the problems we face are going to fade. And a lot of the people who do random acts of violence, well, maybe they won't feel like doing that anymore. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on the issue. And take her easy.